So here we have our basic ingredients for our recipe. And if you looked at the recipe that Miss Bree sent out, you'll notice that you can sort of do your own thing here. So that's one of the fun things about the tinfoil packet chicken is that you can do any flavor you want. What I have right here is what my husband and I like, which is zucchini and squash, onion and chicken in kind of an Italian style. So garlic, salt and pepper, a little Italian seasoning, and some olive oil. Now I am pre-marinating my chicken, and I also added just a little bit of white wine to my marinade. You can do that if you want. I also put out over here some different things that you could use if you were going to do some different flavors. You can use different herbs. You could use a little balsamic vinegar. You could use a spice mix from somewhere like Penzeys or Kroger, Worcestershire sauce, lemon pepper. You could do barbecue chicken. You could do an Asian chicken with some ginger, or even use whatever salad dressing you like best. You can use an Italian salad dressing. You could use French salad dressing or marinade from the grocery store. You could make it spicy with a little pepper, a little soy sauce, or you could do a curry one. That would be really good, curried chicken and vegetables. And you can change up your vegetables to be whatever you want them to be, or to go with whatever flavor palette that you have. With Italian, you could do just about anything. I think zucchini and squash is a really good one. You could add some eggplant to it. You can also put chunks of tomatoes in. I don't eat tomatoes, but so I don't have any in mind. But you can add tomatoes in, and those can be fresh tomatoes, or they can be canned diced tomatoes, whatever you want to do. You could even use some canned stewed tomatoes if you had those on hand. Now, the first thing we want to do to get started with our recipe is to preheat our oven. So, we want to preheat it to 400 degrees. Needs to be nice and hot so everything gets all cooked. Okay, there we go. We are preheating our oven. Then we need a cookie sheet, and we need 2 pieces of tin foil that are about the same size so that we can wrap up our chicken and vegetables in our foil packet. That's why it's called foil packet chicken. Okay. And also make sure you keep some stuff around to clean your surfaces when you're done cooking. Okay, so we want to chop our vegetables into chunks, because if we cut them too small, then they'll cook too fast and they'll get mushy. So we want chunks of vegetables so they stay nice and chunky and good, not too soft when we cook them. So for zucchini and squash, the first thing you want to do is cut off the ends. And then we want to cut them into strips, quarters usually, so that we can cut chunks. So I've cut it into quarters, just 4 pieces. Sorry, I'm the only one at my house, so I can't show you me cooking. But I just cut that into quarters, and now I'm going to dice it into chunks. And like magic, there we go. Chunks of squash and zucchini. These chunks are, let me see if I can show you this. They're about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. Can you see that? And also really important, which I didn't say ahead of time, but very important, if you're going to leave the skin on, make sure you wash them thoroughly. Okay, so now we're going to do our onion. And the best way to do our onion is to cut an onion in half, cut the ends off, and peel the brown skin off. And then you want to, and I'm going to do this one-handed, which is probably a little dangerous. Cut this in half. And then we're going to slice this into slices so we have fun ring onions when we get done. So I'm going to cut those, and I'll be right back. So if you see, I just slice these that way, long ways, and then when you take them apart, you get these fun onion curls that you can put in. If you want your onion a little more chopped up, you can chop it up into smaller pieces, and it'll just sort of mix in with the rest. But I like to have onions as an actual bite of vegetable, and so that's why I do the rings like that. And you can do it either way, whatever floats your boat. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is put everything in a plastic bag. So we need, y'all are getting a big tour of my kitchen, a gallon size Ziploc bag, like that, okay? And in that, we want to put all our chicken and veggies. So hold on just a sec, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got all of my veggies in the bag, and as I told you before, I pre-marinated my chicken in some olive oil, white wine, my Italian seasoning, salt and pepper, and a little bit of garlic, minced garlic. And so what I'm going to do is just pour all of this right in the bag with my veggies. So that starts to give me a little of the seasoning that I want with my veggies. And those are just 2 chicken breasts. Now you can use chicken thighs if that's what you have. And that can be cooked the same way. It just needs to cook a little bit longer because thigh meat takes a little bit longer than breast meat. But you can cook them all together. Now to this I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil so those veggies have a nice coating of olive oil. Probably about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of olive oil. And then I'm going to just mush this around. This is the fun part. Kids, join in on this part. Just mush it around. Mush it all around. You might want to take a little bit of the air out of it so that you don't get, so that it mushes better. And you just want to mush, 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 mush. Shake it upside down so everything gets coated. Sideways. Right side up. Sideways. Okay. So now everything has a nice coating of oil and seasoning. And everything that was in your marinade. And now you can just dump it onto your bottom piece of foil. So here's my bottom piece of foil, and you don't need to do anything to prep it because your oil is right in your bag with everything else you have. So you want to just dump it all right on your foil. Mine's a little bit full because I have a lot of stuff. And what you want to do is find your chicken and kind of put that kind of on top so that it's not all botted up. Okay, great. So that all fits on my foil. And now I'm going to rinse my hands because they have a little oil on them. And then I am going to make my packet. And my oven just preheated, so perfect timing. Okay. So now I take my other piece of foil and I put it on top, and then I want to take the edges and I want to just fold them up. Roll them up so that you're sealing everything inside of your tin foil, because that's what's going to help it. So what's going to cook your chicken and your veggies and everything is steam. It's going to get hot and the juices are going to start coming out of the chicken and the vegetables, because vegetables have a lot of liquid moisture in them. And they will start creating steam because they're sealed inside the foil. And the steam can't escape. So it stays in the foil. And then it cooks everything inside. Steam is super, super hot. So one of the things you need to make sure is when you take this out of the oven that you're very careful when you open it so that you don't get burnt by the steam. Okay, seal it up good. Make sure everything's kind of folded up in there. Boom. If you feel like you need another piece of foil on top, or if you ripped the foil by accident, go for it. It's better to have a good seal and use a little bit of extra foil. Okay, so now we have our packet. Now, one of the things you can do with this, if you want, is if everybody wants something different, everybody can do their own packet. So you can have a variety of vegetables and just some chicken breasts and lots of different seasonings and sauces, and let everybody kind of create their own, kind of like at the Mongolian barbecue restaurant. Anyway, so now you want to put this in the oven and you want to cook it for 20 minutes. Okay, I'm going to take you out of my ingenious coffee mug cup movie holder, video camera holder, and I'm going to put this, boom, right into the oven. And then I will be back in, trying to do this while watching the video, 20 minutes. Okay, timer just went off. So what we want to do is check and see how this is going. Now, I have very heat resistant fingers because I bake all the time. But you might want to use, now look at that, yummy. Okay, so those vegetables are getting there. They're not quite done. And our chicken probably needs just a little bit more since those were really big chicken breasts. So we're going to seal it back up and put it in for another 5 or so minutes. Okay, when you're done, your chicken should look like this. Vegetables nice and cooked all the way through, but not mushy. And you need to cut into the thickest part of your chicken breast and make sure that it's not pink inside, that it's all the way cooked through. And so you want to look carefully in there and just make sure that it's cooked, which it is. And then I'm going to close ours back up again because my husband and I aren't going to eat right now. But you'll want to make some pasta or some rice or maybe some roasted potatoes or something to go with it. Or you can just eat chicken and vegetables and be super healthy with no starches. So I hope you guys all enjoy your foil packet chicken and vegetables tonight. And then you all have a great time also playing bingo with Miss Andrea. She's very excited to spend that time with you. We love you and we miss all of you, and we hope that you're doing really well. So anyway, here I am. Hopefully you can see me with the chicken, and love you all. Enjoy. Bye-bye.